and welcome back to another riveting episode of The Rude Urban Truth, where the elite begin to talk about pop culture, JB's robe, Versace shirts. Notice I said Versace. It is I, Urban Laughter, one of your co-hosts.
And I'm JB, and I was actually thinking about getting my robe because it's right there on the
Mm-hmm.
bed.
You should have. You should have put your robe on.
Yeah, because it feels like a robe like day.
It's like 80 degrees in Texas. It is not a robe like day.
No, temperature started dropping again.
Oh yes,
We,
because it's 72. My God, you need a robe.
no, 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 no. It's 30 degrees outside.
Oh, it's wintertime.
It's like here lately, like the low is like going to be like in the 30s, but then the high be like in the 60s or 70s. So it's a big range in temperatures for us right now.
Mm, a big range
Hmm
in temps. You don't
How
say.
art thou?
Child, I'm all right. I'm sitting at home, sitting at my desk, about to make homemade
Just want
chicken
to
noodle
say,
soup.
hmm. How cold is
Later,
it
after
there?
we record. I don't think it's that cold right now. It was like 60 something
Mm.
yesterday. Yesterday was beautiful. It felt like summertime. Or not summer, but it felt like springtime.
But it always feels like that when it's been so cold for so long, and then suddenly it's not anymore.
Yeah, because it was like
So
60 degrees yesterday. But you figure 60 degrees, it's 33 degrees right now, feels like 26. But you figure right this, right? 58 degrees yesterday with a good coat is going to make you feel like spring. Pfft, you put some liquor in with that, baby. Summer, summer, summertime. Summertime. Oh, okay.
yeah, yeah, we're opting out of allowing you to sing songs. So just wanted to
It's
throw that
only you
out
and
there.
Carlos for, and I don't feel like that's enough people. They need y'all.
Oh, it's not just because didn't Gabby tell you need to shut up too?
Yeah, something to that effect. But y'all need to start a change.org. I need more people.
Oh, okay, sure, whatever you
Yeah,
say.
y'all need to change that. Did you try to mop? What was that? Okay,
I mean,
what was that?
you heard it.
Oh, you tried
You
it.
heard it. You heard it. You
Now you
heard
got
it.
me up early in the morning like this.
No, you got you up looking like that.
I said early up.
All
I
I'm
said
saying.
up early in the morning like this. I ain't say looking like this. Oh, I did not say looking like this at all. Oh, it's it always shady. Always shady. You really turn me off. Turn my camera off. I don't even want to be on here no more. Hair sticking up on one side.
Yeah,
Turn
she
me
keep
off.
trying to fix her hair.
Y'all, because I forgot that this was our visual episode, y'all. I'm gonna keep it honest. I forgot it
Hmm
was a visual episode. Usually, like the night before, I try to like curl my hair and put some flexi rods and look, camera ready. But then I thought about it, like everybody's so curated now. Catch me in my natural, well, semi-natural, because this is
She
still
didn't think
weave.
about none of that. She forgot and was like, "Oh, I ain't got time. Let me just throw some, put this comb in this hair."
Basically, I was like, let me comb this down.
I'm glad your nails don't look bad.
Honey, first of all, my nails ain't look bad in months because I've upgraded in life. And by bad, y'all, he means me skipping my feels because y'all know how it is sometimes. Sometimes I don't be having time. I literally, legitimately do not have time. Like on a weekday, the salon's closes at 8, and it's like, all right, I get off work at 6. By the time I take the train or get to where I need to go, it's 7:30. Usually taking the last person at 7:30. I don't want they have behind work. They close in a half an hour. They would be awful. Saturday comes, I'm catting. I'm sleeping all day, baby. I ain't getting up to go get my nails done. But she actually cut them too short by accident. It
Mm.
was my fault because I forgot she had to still file them, and I was like, "Oh, I have kitten nails."
It's like, ew, they look like regular people nails.
They are regular people now, but they grippable. You see how I opened my can of Pepsi like regular, like y'all. You know how long it's been since I had to sad it? Like, yo, I opened it with
Yeah,
the front.
I can't relate to that struggle. But
That cheap glue band you be
welcome,
wearing.
welcome. We are back here with another episode of Rude Urban Truth, and just to get us going, I'll go ahead and get our little pleasantries out of the way. If you're not following us if you haven't subscribed to the video that you're watching, if you're watching this on YouTube, definitely do that at the
Absolutely
button down
subscribe.
there.
Subscribe.
If you're not following us on social media, follow us on Facebook and Instagram at the Rude Urban Truth Podcast, Twitter at Rude Urban Truth Pod, and then check out the website, therudeurban.truth.com. So, with that out of the way,
Mhm.
what is our rude quote of the week this week?
Oh, our recruiter this week is stop giving these babies old names because don't nobody want to watch Little Ernest. Stop giving these
I still
babies
don't
these.
get that. Like, how y'all be having kids and be like, I'm gonna name her Rose.
or Earl. Like, why y'all
What
keep giving these kids
Rose?
old people names? Like,
Like, yeah, where
what?
do you find them? Like, I feel
What?
like they got like you. If you start typing them in after you put it on the birth certificate, somebody should be like, no, retired in 1983.
Right. Like, you know
Like, we
what?
shouldn't see them past a certain time.
Right. I'm gonna have to agree with you. We should not see them past a certain time. Like, I don't want to see
Mm-mm.
these babies like
Oh
this.
God, I wish I would see a baby born in 2022 named Ernest. Like, I just don't know. I would
Yeah.
struggle with that.
And shout out to
Like, and then I'm not
Cosfax.
calling it that either. I'm not calling that child Ernest. I'm giving it a nickname immediately.
I'm giving it a nickname immediately. Well, I was saying shout out to
Mhm.
Cosfax for the quote this week. But yeah, stop naming these kids. Like, why are y'all naming these kids these old names? Like, stop it.
Now, what were you thinking? How were you sitting around like, Ernest is cute?
Yeah, like that's
Is
wild.
has Charles migrated into being an O name yet?
I don't know. I feel like that's kind of some of these names are like kind of timeless. I feel like this is like a timeless name.
So, are we saying that if
Do
it's
you
in the
not feel like
Bible,
it's timeless?
it's a timeless name? Do
I
we
don't know
think
how I feel
that
about a
that
baby
is it?
Moses. Mm, not sure how. Dad, Jesus. Like I don't know how we. Like Jesus should be like an untouchable name anyway. But like,
What
yeah. But
about
could you imagine
Mary?
like, yeah,
Because Mary's turning into like a little. That's a dated name nowadays.
yeah, it is. Like
Hmm.
Mary, both of them, the
I
Magdalene
think
and the
that's
other
not her
one.
name.
Or I guess Mary
Hmm.
Magdalene is the other Mary. My bad, wrong Marys.
Ooh, right.
Saints, you my saints don't come. You my saints don't come.
Yeah, she's the other woman.
I'm like, oop, Mary Magdalene was the other Mary.
Okay, so what would you say is now an acceptable name? Like you're like this
I don't
is
know.
100% something that could be said in 2022.
Okay, 100% said in 2022. As far as biblical names, I do not recommend them because biblical names, you know my theory on it. Kids named Peter, Solomon, Isaiah.
Solomon has to go.
Mm-hmm.
That one has to go. This
All,
guy is
all
just
I was thinking, I was thinking more in terms of prisons. I know a lot of Solomons. I know like 5 Solomons. I know 6 Peters, and they always doing some shit. Like so, in my mind, I'm just like, these biblical names ain't it. These biblical names ain't it. And
Mhm.
I knew God had a sense of humor because I met a guy at one of my old jobs, and his actual name was Peter Solomon. He actually is a legit dude. He's like really a cool, down to earth guy. But when I looked, I went like, not two biblical names. Like what? I think an acceptable name now. I still like the name Jamal. I think Jamal's still an acceptable name. Luis.
Can you see
Did you see what I'm
like
doing
a
there?
name like can you see a name like Jada being timeless, or do you feel like it'll
Of course,
run out of time too?
of course. What is Prince Purple? Is Al Green? Is Barry White? Of course, Jada is a timeless name. It's like the beautiful. What?
What
What
about
is?
names like Victoria and Veronica?
Oh, Victoria and Veronica. I think that's going to be here to stay. Everybody know a little
Okay.
Ronnie and a Vicky. I feel like
Mhm.
them are here to stay. Yeah, those might be timeless names too.
What's an old white person name? Like a white person name that has to go.
Karen. Karen has to go.
Oh wait,
It
they
needs.
started not even naming their kids that. I saw that it fell so
Yeah,
far on the list of new baby names
yeah.
because of all the crazy stuff that's been
It
happening.
has to stop. Karen. I could do away with Hannah's. Like,
Hmm.
no offense to them because there's nothing wrong with those names. It's just like, whew, if I see this one more time, and I mean all variations of Hannah, Hannah with the A and with the H at the end. Like, stop it,
Hmm.
stop
Yeah.
it.
But I think that like Brittany is like one of them. It's like there's certain names that are typically with black people that have multiple spellings. Brittany is the white version of that. Because you
Yeah,
got the regular Britney, like Britney Spears, you got the Brittany, you got
the
the
I.
Britte. I seen a Tteni. I've seen like Brittany. They've gotten really creative with Brittany. Really creative with Brittany.
I like the name Tiffany. I like Tiffany. I like the name Ava. I know y'all always tell y'all that, but I really do like the name Ava. I think that's such a pretty name.
What about Eva?
Ooh, I don't know if I like the name Eva. I know it's
Does
close
it
to Ava.
is it aging out? Is it aging out, or is it
I
something
don't know.
that
I
can
feel like
still
Eva's
function?
kind of a modern name though. I feel like Ava's a modern name, and so is Eva. I don't know if it's aging out just yet.
Hmm. I want to know where Oprah came from. 'Cause that's a special name. Like, how you just sitting
Yeah,
around like,
Oprah.
Oprah.
Maybe
I feel like it's
a combination of somebody's names. Sometimes you get names, you
like,
create them.
what would you what would be the combo combined name?
I'm thinking
Like
like
what two names came together for Oprah?
I was thinking something like Opal and like a Ramel or
Rod Digger.
Raheem. Yeah, shut your ass up. But I was thinking like Opal and something else maybe, and then it came up with Oprah.
But what about Oliver?
Now you know Dan.
Because
Even that
Oliver
should be
was on
cute.
How to Get Away with Murder.
No, Oliver is a cute little name because you can call him Ollie. I like little names that can come with nicknames easily. I
Hmm.
think Ollie is a cute little nickname, but Oliver, come on, as in
Hmm.
twist, as in 19th century. Oh,
What about
that Oliver.
William?
Was it the
William
20th
is
century? I
William
think it was.
aging out?
No, I
I
feel like
think
that's.
Williams.
Or they. I think got a whole bunch of
I
little
don't know.
Billies. You want little Billies?
Linwood. Linwood is a name that has to go.
Linwood definitely sounds. It gives me Mr. Earl vibes, like an old sugar
Yes, like
daddy. Like Mr.
it's,
Linwood be
it's
down
giving
here.
Mister vibes. Like you're just gonna be sitting on the porch and somebody's
Yeah,
shaving him and running to
yeah.
save him from
A
being killed.
child named Linwood in this day and age, you absolutely have to put Mr. on it, even if he's 3. A child named Linwood came out and named its parents. Like the baby's name was Linwood. He came out and named his parents. Like, you know what? I'm going to call you. I'm going to name you Luther. And what do Rico call my parents? Rico calls my parents, y'all. He calls them Luther and Aretha. I don't know why he calls them mom and dad that, but he calls them Luther and Aretha. He always calls my mom and dad
um,
Luther and Aretha.
I'm stuck on him. Linwood coming out and naming it.
Child, because a name like Linwood is a grown ass name. Like he came out and named his. He's older than his parents. He came out and was like, "I'm gonna name y'all." Like my name's Linwood, and your name is gonna be.
Oh goodness, that got me. That warmed my heart. Okay, okay, let's move on. Move on. So Black Magic, you have someone. Wait, we talked about him before.
Have we
Go
talked
ahead.
about him before?
I've talked about him because I used to watch the show for life, so I used
Yeah.
to talk about the show on the podcast because he was
Okay,
also an executive producer on the show too.
that actually makes sense. Okay, so today for our Black Magic Man, I have chosen to highlight Isaac Wright Jr. because this wonderful man 1991 was wrongfully convicted of being a drug kingpin in New Jersey and got sentenced to
Hmm.
life in prison. Life in prison.
Hmm.
So during the appeal process, my man was like, listen, I'm about to become a scholar, educated himself on the law, got exonerated of all charges, went to law school, came back, and then got the cops and the judges who like conspired and got him messed up, locked up.
Hmm.
Oh, talk about justice. Okay. We love a good round robin. And I like to see that that man served time and then went to law school, but started
Hmm.
off and then imagine knowing the law so well and making such a strong argument that you get the people who wrongfully accused you rightfully locked up. I
And I
mean,
think he also
baby.
he started being the lawyer for other prisoners.
Yes. And he is the inspiration, like you said, with a show for life. And my thing, I
Hmm.
think you smell that? It's it's inspiration because I think inspiration is afloat, and I think that's one of my favorite things. I think this might be my favorite song. Hold on, is you're that inspiration? Oh, it's inspiration. If y'all can't hear it, it's inspiration. You made,
Oh, I was
yeah,
sitting here like I'm listening too. Like where?
yeah. Actually, you can smell it too. You can smell and hear inspiration.
Yeah, his story was pretty dope. I
Mm-hmm.
enjoyed it, and then I hate that the show got canceled, but it was an amazing show as well. It was a really really good show, and then obviously they had to change some things for dramatics for television, but they
Yeah,
still
you know
tried
Hollywood
to
got to take
stay
some liberties,
decently true to his story and his family and stuff like that.
right?
Plus, he was a part of the development of the show, which I think helps out a lot too,
Yeah,
in keeping
I
it being authentic.
right. I would say I think that's why I like the Wu Tang Saga show so much because it's always nice when the actual people who lived it and were there are still alive to put input. Like, yo, it was like this, yo, it was
Hmm.
like that. So Hollywood can take their liberties, but it's still pretty closely related to what actually happened. I
Hmm.
love that. I love it. Makes me happy.
Well, shout out to Isaac Wright.
Okay.
I'm going to throw this in here really quick. It's not necessarily black magic, but this is something I found really hilarious that I found the other not too long ago.
Child, what
It was
you
a post, and I'm gonna send it to you. But did I put it in the document? I don't know if I put it in the document. No, I didn't. I'm gonna send it to you. But it's a post that said LL Cool J been a ridiculous person our whole lives, right under our noses, right?
wait,
So
how?
in the post, so they got a picture of him. I think this is the video. What was the song that he had with A. Marie?
Oh, I
Um,
know what you're talking about. I can see this in my
Paradise. I
head.
think it was called
Yes, yes,
Paradise.
it was. It was. And I can see it in
So
my head.
so so in this music video, he's out in the water and there's a waterfall behind him. They were like LL Cool J in the water with jeans and a Kango on, and he did inside of the water where the waterfall was. Then there's another one that says Big Ellie getting a haircut with his hat on is top tier. He went to a barber shop, has on his fitted cap, and the barber is edging him up.
Who found it? No, y'all pay too much attention. Who found this? Did you find it? Did you do
Oh,
this? Because this is something you would do. Did you do this?
no, this shit is hilarious. I'm putting it in the
Mm-hmm.
chat so you can get to it.
Look, you hear me out.
Okay,
Mm-hmm. I feel like you did it.
then there's another one where it's like where he has on a t-shirt and it's literally one sleeve. It's like how you got on a short sleeve shirt, but then you decide you're gonna make the other side one sleeve. Like what? Who allowed LL Cool J to do this? Then there's one who's like he was in a peep show because this isn't a doing it video. He's at a peep show eating some fruit.
Yeah, he
Wh-
was.
Why? Why do you have fruit in there anyway?
He was
It's
eating a peach
dirty.
or
It's
peach shells.
dirty.
He had a nice suit on. Why he got that? I done went to the next picture. This is starting
And
to get
when
a
he
little
got
bit
the chocolate,
outrageous. Yes, yes, because now that one I actually looked at like I never even noticed that, and it's just
he
on the
was
girl's knee.
pouring chocolate syrup on her knee.
Hmm.
Like, who was allowing LL Cool J to do this? Why was this happening? Why did we allow this?
Somebody said it took Sunday Fun Day to a whole new level.
Right. Who allowed him to do this? Why did we allow him to do this?
He really
So,
was in the water with jeans and a Kangol.
mhm. So just Black History moment of the month.
That's actually really funny. One sleeve
LL
tee.
Cool J doing whatever he wanted to do, and we let him do it.
Hmm.
Big LA. Not kidding. Okay, but that's
No, he
all
said
I
that
got.
they
That's
call
all I got.
me Big Ellie. I'm like, I thought it was Ladies Love Cool J, but I would call him Big Ellie too. LL Cool J, that's another fine man. Him, Method Man, Lorenz Tate. Lorenz Tate literally is on some Benjamin Button shit.
Oh,
Like, I
Lorenz
don't know
Tate had
what's
drank that
happening.
serum that they had in Death Becomes Her.
Definitely
Dude
come.
is not
Yeah,
aging.
I was thinking about there was this one story with Tuck Everlasting. Is it called Tuck Everlasting? It might be called Tuck Everlasting, where they drink from this
Is that a
fountain.
book?
Yeah, it's a book. Read
Hmm.
it many, many, many years ago. Like I was super young.
Oh yeah, I was definitely like middle school.
Yeah, it was super young. But you remember his family drank from that book. I think they turned it into a movie too. I've never seen the movie.
I think they did turn it into a movie. Yep, 2002.
Did they? Okay, yeah, I never seen the movie, but I remember reading the book. And child, let me tell you, they drink from that little fountain. What you listening to that we can't hear?
No, I still got
Big
I got
LA. So you singing
yeah,
LL Cool J songs. I could
I
tell by
got
the
I
way you
got
were
head
bobbing.
sprung still in my head.
I could tell by the way you were bobbing your head you were listening to LL Cool J. That's so ridiculous. Turn your camera off because they can see you. They can see you because you was all they call me Big LA. You was really bobbing,
I was lit at that part, and I'm like,
and
yo,
I'm
this
laughing
song was
because
hot
I.
though. I'm like, let me go ahead and put this on my Apple Music.
Are you really adding to every because I see you pick up your phone low key? Like, are you?
Yes, I'm about to. And while I got it on my mind, let me go ahead and add this to my Apple Music. Let me go ahead and add this LL Cool J Essentials album.
How much I want to
What's
bet
in here?
next week
Lounging,
that
doing it
JB
is
is
in
walking around
here.
with these sweats. I used to like doing it and doing it and
Oh,
doing it.
Hey Lover, Paradise, Around the Way Girl.
I love Around the Way Girl because I keep a pair of
That's,
bamboos,
I
at least
mean,
two
sit here
pairs.
looking at these songs. Like LL Cool J had a lot of good songs. All I
Yes,
Have with
start
J
from the
Lo,
80s. Don't think about the 80s.
Headsprung, Mama Said Knock You Out, I
Yeah, I'm
Shot You,
bad. Yeah. Hello, LL Cool J was really lit. Nobody ever
Hush.
don't.
Oh, Hush was dope. I used to love Hush. Add it to my library.
Look at you spiraling down the rabbit hole. See, I got title because it's Black History Month. And well, do Jay
No,
Z
you
still
had
own part
title
title?
before it was Black.
I did have
He
title
sold a
long
lot of
before.
that.
I had title long before it was Black History Month, though. You know I did.
You had title when it was actually black on.
Yeah, I did. Like when it was hardly like it was awful, and I still stuck with them. The interface has gotten much better. I
Yeah, I
wish they
haven't
had
done that.
certain
It
things.
was a talk. There were talks at one point that Apple Music was going to buy them out
I'd have been so hurt because I literally
because
do not.
they don't be making money now. It hasn't really been a profitable business for them.
Yeah, I can see that. I'm one of the few subscribers, and I got a family
Hmm.
plan, so my relatives can listen to title too.
Anyway, you ready for rude talk?
Root talk, hey, root talk. Oh, my style. Make your knees touch your elbow.
Well, you're leading us off this time, so go for it.
Oh, now I'm leading us off because I haven't Am I the Asshole? And
Mm-hmm.
y'all, let me tell you how you cannot eat with everyone, okay? So,
Mm-hmm.
today's Am I the Asshole? It's a little long, but it's not like super long. So, today's Am I the Asshole is I'm at an asshole for tipping our waitress $20 despite her poor service because my date was playing a game is in quotations, with her tips. All right, let's get into it. I met a guy on a dating app. We hit it off and we arranged for our first date. Things were going well. We sat down, started having some small chit chat. Our waitress comes over and asks us what we want to order. I say what I want. I gesture to him like so he can put his order in. He orders and then pulls out what I think is like about $15 on the table. He says, "This is your tip. Every time you mess up, I take some away." I wanted to let that sink in. So the waitress looked nervous
Right, I'm already
immediately.
mad.
Child, the waitress looked nervous immediately. I'm sitting there, a bit shocked, but mostly embarrassed because I was not expecting this. And she must have been new too because she did spill some drinks on our table that night and gave us the wrong food. And overall, she just kind of seemed lost. He took away $13. $13 out of the 15, y'all, mind you. I asked him why he thought doing tips this way was a good idea. He said it was the best way to ensure, again, quotes, good service. When I disagreed, he said, "Can't always be nice to these people. It's not a respectable job." I decided
Oh,
then that I wanted
Jesus.
nothing to do with him and called the waitress over to get the bill. I slapped the $20 bill in her hand and got up to pay for my own meal. Later that night, he demanded to know why I had given her the tip despite her poor service, and I told him it's because he decided to treat her livelihood like it was a game. He said, "Because of me, she'll never improve her service, and I'm just a people pleaser." I blocked him, and I wonder if he's ever since. I've wondered ever since if that was really the right thing to do. Am I the asshole?
Mm-mm-mm.
Absolutely.
Absolutely not.
Right. I feel like she messed up because she was nervous. Something like that would make me nervous. And if I am fairly new,
Yeah.
that would make me even more nervous.
You put somebody on the spot when if you just let them be natural in their position, they probably would have done well.
Right. But you slapping the money on there and being like that automatically probably sent her into some anxiety, like, oh, this man's gonna be a butthole because who does that? And it was 15 little measly ass dollars. Where'd y'all go eat, Bob Evans?
Right. I'm sitting here like thinking about something even basic. If I'm at work and I'm sharing my screen and suddenly I have to type something, it's like all of a sudden I completely forget where all the home row keys are because
Right.
people are looking at me.
Right.
So you really put somebody on the spot. Ugh, I can't stand entitled
How long
people
me and
like
you
me,
been in
but that's
tech?
what this is.
We've both been in tech at least 13 years at this point. I
Hmm.
literally and we're both happy. I'm literally a senior manager, and I still get nervous when my head of department has to watch me do something. I mean, not as bad because over time I've gotten better, but and I don't really mess up. But it's just the fact that like you said, someone is watching me. I know
Like
how
when
to do the
somebody's
job, and I
standing
know I'm
over
good at it.
you, it's like okay,
Yeah, like that time you was watching me. Perfect. One time, y'all, JB came to my house. I was late as usual, but I had to wear strips this time. Y'all know I normally wear individuals, but I literally had to put on strips because I was in a rush. And JB was watching me. I was messing my lashes up. Y'all, I could slap some strips on like and be on my way. Big blinking. Child, JB was sitting there. I'm getting glue in my eye, wiping them off, like because someone was sitting there. And JB's also judgmental, so that don't help. Now he's sitting over somebody's auntie with the glasses on their nose.
I'm over there judgmental because we were supposed to been gone by then.
I was just trying to slap my lashes on him. If he hadn't came into my apartment where he was not welcome, did not invite him. He didn't even have to pee. He didn't even have to pee. I don't think that's not one of them things where he could have just signed his card. Let me put on my lashes, and I could have came down. But you know
I
what?
would have been out there for an hour.
You would have been out there for an hour. And then I also think too, I'm never drinking with you again, low key, because every time I drink with y'all, like y'all forget that I have breasts and that I'm a woman. Like y'all just completely forget. I'm not y'all homeboy. Like y'all be really handing me shots like I'm y'all homeboy. No,
Well, luckily you didn't come to. Oh, well, you supposed to be coming to visit, so shots for everyone.
I am. But yeah, I'm gonna be careful with my shots with y'all because I breasts. I am a female, meaning I can't consume as much alcohol as you males. Like
I
I'm
think
y'all
you can do
cool.
it. You just need to train up.
Wow. I feel like every time I drink with y'all, I leave some type of recovery or some level of mild alcohol poisoning. I'm too old for that. I'm too old. When we were in our 20s, I was with it. I'm also not going to any more Brian's parties because he don't know how to have a party without alcohol, and I don't understand. Like we can't have a sober party.
Is there a party with?
Okay,
Is it a party without alcohol? What is it? What is it
I
like
mean,
without alcohol? Is it like a prayer circle or something?
I don't
Like I don't.
know. I had to think about that after I said it. So Saints again, don't get me to take that back. Maybe just a few swigs of wine. Y'all be having special cocktails. Then it be good. Then you drink it the next day.
And then they be good.
Yeah, because you be looking like you know that emoji to be like, I can't even do the face, like the little bubbly drunk emoji. Like, yeah, I don't want to look
Hmm.
like that. I don't want to look like that. But
Wow.
anyway, that woman is not the asshole. We can both agree with that. That man is the actual asshole.
So since we're talking about ones that pissed you off when you read them, this one pissed me off. And okay, you ready? It's not even
I,
am I the asshole? She's
child,
asking for help.
I seen a top that said, I don't want his kids. Girl, what? It's already starting off wrong, but carry on.
Right. So the post says, "I want my fiance to get rid of his 5-year-old daughter."
Oh,
And this apparently this is a page that people can write into, and that person will post them for people to comment on. So the person's name is Uncle D. She says, "Hi, Uncle D. Please keep me anonymous. I need some advice from your followers. My 32-year-old fiance has a 5-year-old daughter. Her mother passed away when she was giving birth to her. He has been raising her ever since. He lost his wife with the help of his family, of course. I am now in the picture, and we are going to get married in 2023, and I am 6 months pregnant with his son. I'm not the stepmother type, so I know I won't treat his daughter the same way I'll treat my son. To be quite honest, she annoys me. She looks exactly like her mother, so she constantly reminds my fiance of his dead wife, and she is very attached to her daddy, which makes me afraid that my son will not be able to bond with his father because of her. Basically, I want to tell my fiance to get rid of her. She can live with her grandparents, or we can find a nice couple that wants to adopt a child. I don't know how to approach the situation, but I need to find a way to convince my wife to get rid of, I mean, my fiance to get rid of her. I'm not a bad person. I'm just trying to look out for my son and make sure that he will get all of his father's attention that he deserves. Please help."
okay. Sis was honest. Does not make her any less of an asshole. You want to take your fiance's 5-year-old daughter, whose mother died in childbirth, her only living parent, the only person who can tell her about her mother, who she does not know, and put her up for adoption or give her to the grandparents because you're afraid that your son, who you're 6 months pregnant with, won't have the same bond. You realize people have multiple kids and they bond with them, right? Because I have
I was going to ask,
siblings.
what happens if she has another child?
Yeah. So what you gonna do? Get rid of the baby, the boy. If you have a second child, you're gonna get rid of the boy so that the new baby can have all the father's attention.
Like, this isn't Nick Cannon where all these kids are in different homes.
Right. She's his only living parent. And it's not even a situation where like she is like a bad mom. Her mother literally died. She's 5. And then you're saying she's
Mhm.
annoying. 5-year-olds are annoying. They tend to be that way because that's kind of what kids do. And that's okay. That's also kind of their cuteness and their innocence, the little low key annoyance. I'm gonna need you to shape up and do better. I need you to
Yeah, I
shape up and
don't
do better.
think
What would happen if
this
someone treated your
conversation is
child like
going to
that?
end the relationship.
Yeah. Oh, I would absolutely end it with her. Like,
Hmm.
and now you're talking about a bond. They live in separate homes. There's not going to be one because he's taking baby girl with him because he's her only
Hmm.
living parent. For you to even selfishly think that he couldn't possibly love two children equally. Why did you get engaged to him? He had this daughter the entire time. You knew that you potentially want kids. Why would you even agree to marry this man? And they see now I'm worried
Hmm.
about how she probably treats this girl when he's not around.
Right.
Because this is the stuff that where kids get abused and they get hurt. And that's happened with my own dad with his stepmom. Their stepmom was very, very abusive to them when my grandfather was absent. And they lived with her. And
Yeah.
yeah, no, this is setting them up for a long road of childhood trauma.
Hmm. Oh, I found a page of the person that people be submitting these things over to too. I just liked his page.
Whose page you
He's
like?
the person, she wrote this to Uncle D.
Yeah, what did he say?
I found it. I found this page.
Oh yes, Uncle D. What did he say?
I'm trying to see if I can find her particular post. Um,
I can't believe
because
she
she
said that.
he didn't give any advice. He get posted on his page to see what advice people would give them.
Okay, so what's some advice that people gave? Because
That's
my
what I'm trying to
advice
find the
is leave
post.
that man now. Because how dare you?
Let me search this page. She spelled fiance wrong, so let me just type that in that
See,
way.
you can say she spelled
Anybody who spells
fiance.
fiance, she spelled it faints. Oh, it got a lot of comments too.
Oh, I bet.
It got 8,000 comments, and it was shared over 3,200 times. Let's see what some of these comments are. Oh, somebody, the first comment says, so what you're saying is if you die, your son should be adopted.
Right. Right. What if you die in childbirth? Like, you don't want him to keep the son? Like, you want him to send him to your mom?
Oh God! Somebody actually commented and said that they actually were in the same situation. I was in the same situation, but my husband's ex was still alive. Long story short, you must make peace with her and try to love her as your own. You cannot replace her mother, but you can be a lovely, good stepmom. Your husband will love
Mm-hmm.
you more.
Your husband will love you. That's
Oh,
exact. Your husband will love you more because you'll be the only motherly figure that this little girl has.
ooh, these comments are cruel. One of them said, "I wish you nothing but a miscarriage and a lot of miscarriages for the rest of your life. How
See, now
could
you
you
ain't got to
think
take it there.
such of a 5 year old, a mere 5 year old? So what if she looks like her mother and she's bonding with her father? You don't deserve that marriage and the man that God blessed you with."
I don't
And
think she deserves the man that God blessed her with.
whew,
Absolutely. She does not deserve that man. But I don't think she deserved to have a miscarriage either. Like, damn, y'all, people really be going left in these comments.
hmm I wish the father to get rid of you. That's evil. He is the father to his daughter, and you want her to be adopted. That girl has only one parent, her dad. That's why they are attached to one
Did I
another.
not say that? She's his only living parent and the only piece of her mother, the only person who can truly tell her what her mom was like. I mean, her grandparents can too, obviously, but her father can
I'm
actually
looking to
just
see
say.
if someone actually agrees with her. Because there's always someone out there. I mean, there it's not uncommon for some women to get rid of their kids just to be with a man. So I'm not going to
But
be
her
shocked
wanting
if there's
him,
someone out there that believes it
but
and
for
believes
her to
that
want him
she's
to get rid
okay
of
in
his.
believing that.
Yeah, like
Mm.
this is crazy. I'm trying to get this
Oh, some of these
everybody.
comments are brutal.
Yeah, like you don't gotta wish that woman death. Like she didn't want the girl dead. Now what she's doing to her is messed up. She just don't want her to live with her. But all that wishing death on her, but she have a miscarriage with her son. Like damn, y'all just as bad as she is.
Somebody said, "Can her identity be revealed so that man can leave her alone?" My fear is that she will hurt this little girl just to
Yep.
have her man to herself and her son.
Mm-hmm. That's what I
hmm
said. I just said I'm worried about how she probably treats him outside of her dad's presence.
She's this.
Like kids really
She's.
don't ask to be here and they don't do
Mm.
anything to anybody. Like the fact that people like
They just be
abuse
out
kids
here
is
existing.
yeah, I really do think it's wild that kids get abused. Like there was a point where I didn't really like kids. I wasn't like a kid person per se, but I also didn't want them abused or harmed, and I wouldn't abuse or harm them either. Like
hmm
just same with animals. Like I'm not like a huge animal fan. Like I don't like the zoos and stuff too much, but I also don't want them abused either. Like what is wrong with people? You don't do stuff like that. Like she really said, I want him to get rid of her, give her to her grandmother, or give her to a nice family that would like to adopt her. Absolutely
Ooh,
not.
child. Okay, here's another one that's on this page. Hey, Uncle D, please post for me anonymously. My
Yeah, Uncle
19-year-old
D.
sister is dating a 72-year-old white grandpa. Ever since she started dating him, she's disrespectful and insults everyone at home. She even threatened to tell her boyfriend to come and kill us. Now she's missing. We last saw her in September of last year. Everyone at home says she's fine wherever she is, but I'm worried about her. I try to contact her, but I can't get a hold of her. What should I do?
Child. First of all, y'all, I went to try to find Uncle D on Instagram and really found somebody's Uncle D. Let me get off this man's
Yeah, this
page.
person, his real name is actually Uncle Donnie, but they shorten it
Child.
to Uncle D.
Is it DEE or just the letter D?
It's Donny.
Child.
And
Y'all.
the picture is we all have secrets. So that's how you know you're on the right page.
I don't see we all have secrets.
Oh God, there's someone saying
You
recently I
gotta
read
send it
two
to me.
stories of ladies that hate their men's kids. I was in the same situation. I hated my man's daughter and I was also pregnant with his baby. I felt not wanted along with my unborn baby because his daughter was getting all the attention in the house. At some point, even I even thought about poisoning her so that he could focus on me and our unborn baby. I hated her so much. One day he came back from work and said he wanted to talk to me. It's very important. He told me that he can't be in a relationship with someone who treats his daughter the way I'm treating her. He said he has been watching me very closely and noticed my behavior, so he can't trust me with his daughter and asked me to pack my things and leave. He also told me that he feels pity for his unborn baby for having a mother like me. That shit broke me. As I'm
No,
writing this, he has cut all connections with me. He just sends money for the baby. When I reach out to him, it's impossible because he has blocked me everywhere. I regret ever allowing my heart to hate that little girl and destroying what I had with my ex. Please, ladies, fix your hearts before it's too late.
hello. I like that man. Good for him standing up for his baby because he
Mhm.
recognized. He said, and I like how he gave
And
her.
I think that's crazy.
But,
That people
but
notice when you
right.
acting a little off.
And what I like about that particular comment is that the man highlighted that she highlighted that he watched how she treated his daughter and asked her to pack
Hmm.
her things and leave. It's time to go, Miss Mamas. It's time to
Hmm.
go because you hate a 5-year old. Why? It's time to go. It's time. See ya, and definitely fix your heart.
Hmm.
And now she
But
missing.
yeah, that was actually a post. I guess she was reacting to all of the other posts where people apparently are having trouble
Mm-hmm.
um, with these men's kids. But I'm like, you can't expect for someone to just suddenly be like, "You're in my life. My kid means nothing to me." And it seems like what they're expecting, or they're like, "We want you to put your child on the back burner." It's like, this is a child. Let's not do that.
Mm-mm-mm.
But I posted that in the chat so you can get to this page and like it. 'Cause I'm sure we'll probably revisit this page pretty
Oh yeah,
often in the
absolutely.
future.
Oh, it's on Facebook.
But
I was on Instagram looking him up.
mm-mm. Okay, so moving right along, I'm calling this one "Bitch Don't Wear No Shoes in My House." So there was a article that I came across the other day where a Wall Street Journal writer has been roasted by Black people and Asian people endlessly on social media because this person basically said they wrote an article that said, "Here's why I'll be keeping my shoes on in your shoeless home."
Oh,
Um, she basically wrote about why she feels like she's entitled to keep her shoes on. She said, "Why are you assuming that your guests' shoes are dirtier than your floors?" The article put off a ton of readers, many of whom were, Black or people of color, and believed that wearing outside shoes in a home is unhygienic and often disrespectful to the host. So they pointed out that the language of the post itself was borderline racist, and it really was. But people just started going in, and I just thought it was hilarious how so many people, especially Black people, came in and they came hard. Like, look, I mean, if you don't want to take off your shoes, that's fine. I just talked to you through the window, but you're not
right.
coming in my house. Like, because in the way she wrote it, she's like, "Oh, you're asking me to take off my shoes. I'm going to still come in your house. I'm just not taking off my shoes." It's like, no, that's actually not how it works. At what point do people get to the point where they believe that they can just disrespect someone's home? Like, if someone says, "This
That's
is
what I'm
what I
trying to
do
figure
in my
out.
home," where do you feel like you can just come in and say, "Okay, I hear what you're saying, but I don't care"?
I don't even know. Like, where does I know all of my close friends from college onward, all my apartments. Y'all know good where y'all can't wear your shoes in my place. Anybody who know me been in my place, what can y'all not wear in there? Your shoes. Want to know why? Because your shoes are dirtier than my floors. Because you want to know why? I vacuum, I disinfect, I mop, I sweep my floors
My thing is
regularly.
this: no one has ever had to ask me to take off my shoes. Because if I walk in and I look over and I see shoes by the door, I naturally know, oh, this is a home where someone does not want you to have their shoes on,
This is a home where
and I
someone
just take
doesn't
them
want you to
off.
have your shoes on.
Like, it doesn't.
Especially
You
if
don't even have to ask. I just
well, here's
look
the
over,
thought.
like, oh, let me take these off.
If you don't want to take your shoes off, don't go visit. Oh, look at that. Look at that. You don't have to go. First of all, somebody just said they was going to drop kick sis, like Jay Z Jeff. They said kick her. Wait, what did he say? He said if I ask you to remove your shoes in my home and you refuse because it offends your sensibilities, I will personally drop kick you out of the front door like I'm Uncle Phil and you're Jazzy Jeff.
Hmm. Like, it says, if you don't want to take your shoes off in my home, you can stay outside and talk to
You
me through the window.
literally can stay outside.
You
Like
don't
it's
have
not
to
that hard.
come. But for you to sit here and say what you are going to do in someone else's home says so much about you. And so,
Yeah,
I mean,
like
it's just,
who you think you are? But I also want to point this out because there's the other side to that coin. I have been places where people be like, "Oh, can you take your shoes off?" And the house is like, "Sis, listen, my socks is going to be darker than what they listen." Okay, now, but I also don't go to those houses because I'm not taking my shoes. Well, I'm just going to stay home.
mhm.
I don't got to come here, or I'm gonna stay in my car. There we go. I can leave my shoes on in here.
Yeah, I thought it was crazy, but They read her for filth.
as they should
I
have.
love somebody said, "Here's why your gross ass isn't coming to my house."
Because people think they really can just disrespect. Like, where do you get to the point where you can disrespect someone and say what you gonna do in their house? Because you ain't ready to come here where you don't pay no bills and tell me nothing.
Hey, that's the crazy. Like I'm here telling you what I'm gonna do in your house.
Yeah.
Ah. I just yeah. Anyway, so moving right along, I came across this post a couple weeks ago, and I meant to bring it up on the podcast. That Derek Jackson guy, the one who's the fuck boy who cheated on who was trying
Yeah.
to give all that relationships
Men
advice, but
hate
ended up
Derek
cheating on his
Jackson,
wife.
actually.
Yeah, he's awful, but he does have some pretty interesting, engaging posts on his page. So sometimes I'll go through there just to see what people have been talking about. And this particular one was, "What's the most embarrassing thing to ever happen to you during sex?" These comments on this post have taken me out. Like one of them, the first one they showed was "Take Me to the King" came on while playing Pandora. When I grabbed the phone and turned it off, I dropped it so the song kept playing. And I'm just sitting here like, why? And then one said the hotel manager knocked on the door to make sure I was okay. He said other guests complained of a woman screaming. The manager popped his head in the room. The mattress was half off the bed. I peeked up over it and said, "I'm fine." And I'm just sitting here like,
Not the
ma'am,
managers checking up. Not the managers
they
checking
over
up
here
on you.
thinking somebody is dying.
Yes. Why are you that loud? I'm crack up. What is the most embarrassing thing that ever happened to you during sex?
This
That Take Me
person
to the
said,
King is funny.
I had my phone on the bed and didn't realize it. Either me or my then husband accidentally pocket dialed his mom. I later found out her answer machine picked it up, and when she got home with her mom, she hit play on the answer machine and played the start of a 3 minute long recording. She never directly told us what happened, but his grandmother did. So basically, they heard 3 minutes of him and her fucking.
And they didn't turn it off. The
Well,
minute
I
I'd have
guess
heard something sounding like rustling, I'd have been like, shh, boop, boop, boop.
they probably at first were like, "What the hell is this?" And then suddenly it's
Yes.
like, "Oh, yeah." Someone said my daughter walked in and yelled, "What kind of parents are you?"
Wow. What kind of parents are you?
Oh man. Someone said I was giving it to her missionary and her dog decided to jump on the bed and bite my butt. It killed the mood, but I almost pissed myself laughing. I was in a bit of pain. I was getting done in the back door and almost shitted on him. I don't know if it was from arousal or I just needed to go. Then another time, guy was going down on me, and one of the times he came up for air, I farted.
Ew.
Girl, you just sound like you just the shitting and the farting all at the same time. Somebody right here, girl. You need to work on your insides. You, you need to know your body a little bit better. You need to change your diet. Prepare something.
Somebody said
Okay.
somebody's dog bit them on the butt.
This one said thought the grandkids would sleep and he was eating it so good from the back and didn't realize my grandkids was standing there looking. The youngest one started crying and he jumped so hard. He hit his face on the wall. He cracked one of his teeth and was bleeding all over my bed. And the kids started screaming, crying. It ended up being a damn nightmare. Oh my God. That sounds
Oh
like,
my goodness, yes.
oh my goodness. That's awful.
She said
Yes,
he
I
got
got
some on
lots
his
of
glasses and
those.
almost passed out.
Mm. He made big promises about what was going to happen instead of keeping his word. He was super quick and moaned Hulk smash when he finished. It was so hilariously bad. I made a reenactment of it on my TikTok update. Since everyone has asked for it, I pinned it to the top of my videos. I don't know if I want to go there, but someone screaming Hulk smash. That was like when Jordan Sparks said that Jason Derulo would say his name when he was having sex.
What?
Yes,
I
she
was
said that he would say his name, his own name during sex. And as corny as he is, I believe every bit of it.
Did you imagine somebody having sex and saying their own name at the end? Like, what is wrong?
Jason Derulo. Can you
Like,
imagine?
what? Yeah, I would get off me. Somebody got a bullet stuck in their butt and it was on a weird feeling. It was such a weird feeling. But when they realized they had no idea how to get it out, I ended up on all fours pushing like I was giving birth. And it flew
Oh
out at an
no.
extremely oddly fast speed, hit the TV and smashed it. But it was out and I saved myself. I had to
Mm-mm-mm.
turn my head like I don't even want to see this. Hulk smash.
Oh my god. Someone said, I once asked a guy to move his finger from my vajayjay. Oops, turns out it wasn't his finger. Oh no. Poor guy. Hmm. Oh no. I was just oh, somebody said my wife called. Well, that's awkward. Oh my god. This person said they had two examples. One, apparently the birth control came out. And two, I went live on Facebook by mistake. Why, put your phones on your nightstand. Stop getting caught up like that. Just put it on the
Yeah.
nightstand. You shouldn't be making mistake calling people. Mm-mm-mm-mm. Okay, I'm gonna find one last one.
Now, these women having sex at these men's houses who live with their moms and like the actually contacting with the mom the next day. Why are you not in and out of
Mm-hmm.
there? Like, what do you mean you
Mm-hmm.
seen his mom at breakfast the next day? Girl, why are you still at his mother's house?
Mm-hmm. Oh no, this woman said my hip went out. What was even more embarrassing was trying to explain how it happened to the ER physician, the x-ray tech, the nurse on duty, like having to repeat what happened to you. That makes me think of how Sex sent me to the ER, that TV show that used to come on.
Hmm.
Yeah, that show was crazy all by itself too. But anyway, yeah, I.
These comments I actually got quiet
Mm-mm,
because I'm horrified by these comments. So I've exited out of that because this was an unnecessary piece. And I'm mad you put this on our sheet. I wish there was somebody to report you to. Like, hey, JB put me into this rabbit hole of
I mean,
embarrassing
because
sex.
the comments keep going. This is a
Yeah,
long list of comments up here.
listen, and I love y'all to death. I'm not sharing any embarrassing sex moments with y'all. And
Mm-mm,
we pretty transparent, but we're not taking it there. Not with me.
mm-mm. That's
JB
why I
might
say
want
I'm
to.
reading. I'm not talking
You
about
might
no stories.
JB might want to, but I'm not taking it there. Y'all not getting no embarrassing stories
Mm-mm,
out of me because y'all done got me messed up.
mm-mm. Absolutely not. But anyway,
Hello,
that is all for Rude Talk. Let's go
rude
ahead
talk,
into Living While
rude talk.
Black.
Okay, because we've been black most of our lives. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so for living while black, I have this teacher. I actually don't know the teacher's name, but I know we love a good teacher and a supportive one. Her name on Twitter, y'all probably have seen her. She's been going viral. Um, Her name on Twitter is your favorite auntie. And the reason I like her is because she calls her students her babies. You know how like I call y'all my babies? Well, I call like JB and my babies. They are my babies. But she says one of my babies didn't do his homework. No kid should be embarrassed because they lack knowledge. So I tell them to write me notes and I write back. No outbursts, no displays. So he gets credit for just turning it in and he lets me know he's struggling. So in this particular paper, it was done on February 10th and the baby wrote, "Division is hard." And she wrote back, "I will help you." And her reasoning for that was because when she was a kid in school, she was the kid who wouldn't understand it, and the teacher would call on her, put her on the spot, and basically expose that incompetence. I think we've all had that happen, where you don't understand
Mm-hmm.
something, your teacher calls on you, and they just put you on the spot in front of everybody, which is awful. But
Mm-hmm.
she gives them a safe space to be able to ask for help without being embarrassed, so that they can
Mm-hmm.
actually learn and develop the skills that they need. And I just got to say, um, I love it. I love it.
I love that there are a lot of teachers nowadays that are approaching education in such different ways because some of them realize how those experiences shaped them and how they made them feel,
Hmm.
and they're just like, I'm not going to do that to someone else. And it
Right.
seems like this is a perfect example of that, where it's just it reminds me of like those kids that struggle to read, but you were in class and your teachers were still calling you to read out loud, and how
Right.
embarrassed those kids would be.
Right.
And then,
Other
like, even
kids
if
would
no
tease
one in
them.
there was picking, yeah, it was like, even if some of those kids didn't tease them, it's just the act of having to read out loud and know that
Mhm.
you're struggling, and everybody knows that you're struggling.
Yep. That and I also want to note that she has something cute about Valentine's. She said, "I can't wait for Valentine's Day because I got my baby such little cute little trinkets and bags." And Valentine's Day in elementary school is like the cutest and funnest thing to me. Like most fun thing.
Hmm.
Not even funnest, but the most fun and cute thing that I think I have ever seen. Because watching little kids in their little bags and their little Valentine's Day cards are so cute and everybody gets one and nobody feels left out or alone or sad. And I love it. It's
Hmm.
so cute because I look at the little babies. I used to love getting those little hearts, those little minty hearts.
Hmm.
Oh my goodness, it was my favorite things. I loved Valentine's Day, man. The candy bags. We used to watch a movie.
Hmm.
Man, I used to love Valentine's
Oh,
Day in school. My teachers used to bring us cupcakes. Man, we would have cupcakes and little bags of candy. My mom be running around that night before me. My mom would be writing out the Valentine's Day because the teachers would give you a list of your classmates' names, and you'd have to write
hmm,
each name on, but it would be minus your name. Like it was cute.
yeah. I didn't care, but I
You
wasn't a
you
Valentine's
desperate.
Day person. I'm still not a Valentine's Day
My
person.
mom's not a
So
big Valentine's Day person either, and I am because even though Valentine's Day is every day, I know everybody say that. I think it's just nice. I like being lovey dovey. It's nice. It's fun.
I know I can be
And we
lovey
don't even
dovey
gotta do
on
a whole
other
lot. Like we
days.
could just stay home, watch TV, like just
I
kick
mean,
it.
but
Like
don't you do that on other days? What makes it different on
yeah,
Valentine's Day?
I don't know. I think it's the candy for me.
Mm-mm. Candy ain't special to the day after
First of all, Peeps was out. They were
because
absolutely special to me.
it's discounted.
I love that they have Peeps in all the flavors. Also Easter candy is out now. Definitely went to Target the other day. Easter
I hope
candy
all
is
your teeth
literally out.
fall out.
Literally Easter candy is out. Oh, I have a box of Moon Pies. I figured out why I like Moon Pies too so much because they're cold s'mores to me because I love s'mores. It's graham
They're
cracker,
not. They're not
marshmallow,
cold.
and
No, they're
chocolate.
not. Mm-mm. Don't
Yes,
even
it
try to put that
is.
s'more.
I love
I ain't never
s'mores.
had a s'more that tastes like that.
But a
Never.
moon pie is literally graham cracker, that coating, and marshmallow.
Is
I
it
usually get
really
the chocolate
graham
moon pies.
cracker? It
It's
ain't
a little
really.
soft. It's stale graham cracker for sure, but because stale graham cracker crumble up like that. It's like borderline almost cheesecake graham
Okay,
cracker.
let me Google why are moon pies bad for you? Why are moon
Nobody
pies?
asked you to do that. Mind your business. But anyway,
Oh, why are moon pies so dry?
that was my living while black moment. Okay, a beautiful,
Well, this
wonderful
is
black
mine
teacher
talking
doing
about
the
this
Lord's work.
moon pie.
You
Somebody say
don't bring
you
moon
got
pie.
to warm up a moon pie a few seconds in the microwave.
Yep, yep. You do. Like just a couple, like not enough to melt it, but like just a eensy weensy little bit. And then it'll be like, chow.
Why do people like literally having to find ways to make it good? I think the moon pie could be improved if I poke some small holes through the outer shell and then soak it in chocolate milk.
That might be
It's
good
too
though.
dry.
See, mine ain't that dry. But if you do like I said with a little heat up.
Somebody said, "How can I like a moon pie? I can't even chew it."
Okay, so nobody asked you about this. Look up peeps. I like peeps. Oh, some stale.
No,
I
peeps
like peeps
are
and
the devil too.
peeps
Why
need to
are
intentionally be
peeps
stale.
so gross?
No,
That
peeps are
was what
not good.
populated automatically. They practically taste like plastic. Peeps do not taste like magical marshmallowy goodness. Rather, they are horrific combinations of too much corn syrup with highlights of identifiable fake
I
flavors
seen
and
that talking about why
artificial
it's the most
colors.
terrifying food on earth.
Hmm. They're disgusting.
No, they're
They're
not. I love
absolutely
peeps.
disgusting. There's a
And I
whole
had
page on so we need to talk about how disgusting peeps actually are
and how y'all know
because
what
they're
plastic tastes like?
disgusting.
How y'all know what plastic tastes like? Oh, exactly.
You
I love peeps,
eat
especially
these.
like I literally eat peeps, and I eat the little rabbit shaped ones and the little peep ones. But what I do is I let them sit out like a day or two, so you get like a little crunch on them. Then you delicious. Now I will say this: I did not like that Peeps Pepsi. It was not good. I do like mango Pepsi, but Peeps Pepsi they could have kept that because ain't nobody even asked for that.
I'm changing the subject. So
You the one that
I
brought it up.
I want to also today, well, you probably don't know, but Jordan Peele has a new movie coming out. It's called Nope.
Dude,
S
did not know.
N O
Is that
P
why you?
E. Nope.
Is that why you have that shirt on? The Nope shirt.
Actually, did not plan that, but now it kind of works because definitely have Nope. But no, he has a new movie out. It has
Is
Kiki
this something?
Palmer.
Is this something
It
scary?
has well, all of his movies have
Yeah,
like
he always make like
it's
my
like
'90s
a
R&B
woke
songs sound real
horror.
scary. I Got Fat One has never been scary to me in my life
I mean,
until
he did say
I got
for
fat.
Candyman.
I think everything time you slow it down, it makes it scary. Say my name.
You know that chopped and screw.
Yeah, that's
But
scary.
this trailer has black people saying exactly that. Nope. It's like cause you just he was like when people have been commenting saying like he literally knows black people because he knew that we would see this trailer and the first thing we would say is nope. So I'm in like a TV group and someone said this is the perfect name for a horror movie because when I saw that horse screaming and running by itself in that clip, I said nope. I'm already
Nope.
freaked out by the clip. I haven't been the same since Get Out, and that was more psychological thriller than horror. And then someone else said I watched this and literally said nope, but I'm gonna be there.
Wow.
Like he named it perfectly. because you're gonna watch the trailer and you don't know what actually is happening. But then when stuff start happening, it's like, oh no, like that's our
Mm-hmm.
natural response is to
Mm-hmm.
say nope, oh
Oh,
absolutely not.
yeah, absolutely not. I'm good for or you know me. Oh,
Hmm.
like, oh,
But shout out to this Jordan Peele. Also,
yes,
Kiki
Jordan
Palmer has
Peele.
another movie coming out
I
where she
seen
is
that.
basically, it's called Alice.
Yes, they were actual slaves in the 60s and 70s,
Hmm.
and it is based on a true story. And that pisses me off like no other. But I also have the strong suspicion that this is not going to be our typical slave movie because she gets
Hmm.
revenge. And baby,
Hmm.
we love a good Django esque story. Yes.
Hmm. So that comes out on March the 18th. So
Yeah. So I want to get us
Kiki
tickets to see
Palmer
it.
said, "I'm getting all of the things this year.
Yeah.
Don't play."
It looks really good. Like I seen the trailer for that one, so I'm probably gonna go see it, get tickets, maybe get a couple friends together. We do a little group outing. I haven't been to the movies in so long. I'm actually afraid. Do you have to show your mask in the movies? I feel like you do.
You can.
But see, then I
Most
like to
of the
eat
theaters I go
popcorn.
to have food and stuff, so I take my mask
So
off because we actually order real food in the
at
theater.
the theater, yeah, so do I. So do I. I don't know if the New York theater. I haven't been to a theater in New York yet, but I'm sure they probably do. But like, I usually do get a meal while I'm in the theater. Like, I'll get like a milkshake or I'll get an alcoholic drink, depending on the
And
theater.
we get a full meal.
Yeah, well, I'll get like that, and I'll get the popcorn. And if I don't get a meal, because sometimes I bring my own meal too, because baby, the
Hmm.
prices be astronomical.
Because
If I bring my own
hmm
meal, I still like movie theater popcorn, so I'll buy a kid meal. You know, the little kid thing that comes with the drink, the candy, and
hmm
the juice. I'll do that.
yeah, she has three movies coming out this year.
Yes,
Alice
Kiki.
Note, and she's also going to be in the spinoff to Toy Story, Lightyear. It's supposed to be like a prequel telling Buzz Lightyear's story.
What's the prequel to Woody? Everybody, I mean, Buzz Lightyear was cool, but like, what about Woody?
I mean, who
He
cares
had a
about
snake.
Woody?
He had a snake in his boot.
Don't nobody care about Woody.
I do. Give it up, damn Buzz Lightyear, especially when Buzz Lightyear's little wing broke.
Oh, there's a lot of good people in here. Kiki Palmer's in it. Chris Evans is in it. Uzo Aduba is in here. You know, she's from Orange is the New
And
Black.
Alice or the Buzz Lightyear spinoff?
Buzz Lightyear.
Oh, okay. Well, look, good for Kiki. I'm hungry, and I'm supposed to be
Hmm.
getting bacon, egg, and cheeses for myself.
You going to the bodega with the cats?
I am. They all have cats. Just so you know, most of them have cats.
Mm-mm.
Y'all, I sent him a picture of one of the the thing with the cats. He's so horrified, and I'm like telling him like they be laying on stuff, like they lay. They're cats. They lay around. And he was just like,
Mm.
ooh. I sent him a
I'm
picture of one.
horrified.
What was it on? Was it on bread? Did I send you a picture of?
I don't know, but it shouldn't have been there.
Yeah, it was on top of something. I don't. I can't remember if it was bread, but they usually lay on top of soft stuff. I think, or
Mm-mm.
maybe it might have been boxes this time. I don't know, but they're cats. Like,
Mm. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and close this out because I know that we're about to go, and she never has anything she wants to leave you all with anyway.
I never have
So
anything I want to leave
I'm gonna
y'all
leave
with.
you with this. I saw this on social media maybe 2 days ago. Someone said, I saw this TikTok about this guy complaining about how unprofessional this new generation is with resigning from jobs. He said his last employee quit by sending a text message that said, "It's giving shackled. I quit."
He quit. Said it's giving shock. I quit. But are companies professional when they fire you? Oh,
That
okay. Oh,
that
okay. But we're supposed to be professional when we put our 2 weeks in. But you don't professionally fire me. Well, I guess the professionalism is writing you up because don't
mm,
write ups lead to like
if
the
they do
fire?
that, if they
If
do
they do
that.
that, hello, if they do the write up policy, because some jobs don't
Mm-hmm.
write up. Yeah, they talk about
Mm-hmm.
it's giving shackles. I quit. No, that's
So
funny as it's
I'm
giving
actually gonna make that
shackles.
this episode's name. It's
Yes,
giving
it's giving
shackled. I
shackles. I
quit.
quit. Yeah.
So with that said, you guys,
Send me that because I'm going to make that an engagement post for us. Like, what's the
okay.
funniest way you've ever quit a job?
I hear Zay sniffing at the door.
Poor Zay.
Mm-mm-mm. But all right, ball heads, we will talk to y'all next week.
Bye.